Let's get it. All right, salute, salute. Y'all are now in the resistance. This is the
Man,
response to 600 and WACK, how they are propagandizing. They're pushing the propaganda to discredit small factors that don't really mean anything. So people that, aren't quite, you know, staying focused on what's the objective, you might could get lost in the sauce. So we're gonna play all of the words that they say against us, and then we're just gonna respond with the facts of the matter. Not really much to explain, just for you to understand. So we about to start with this video right here.
Well, all right, we're gonna start the video. I want to make sure that y'all understand this also. When you start getting information about this ain't even about the back and forth and getting caught up on every little detail. It's about the overall detail, right? We caught this guy has no credibility. So how can we believe what he said? He lied about Big U beating on him in the gloves. Well, he was deceptive about it because he didn't want it to come out. He lied about Big U calling him out and came telling the truth. He lied about talking with Eddie Boy and Eddie Boy giving him the paperwork to push false narratives. And then who is he with? Somebody else who's known to be manipulative, push false allegations of paperwork on Jim Jones, Duse, STATS280, and a host of others. Push homosexual accusation against men. So you got to keep that in context when you're dealing with these people. And what we're here is to make sure that the community consistently get the truth. You know what I'm saying? We're going to stay focused, lock like pits on CS2 back. So all of that deflect and control the narrative, we ain't going to fight you on everything. One narrative you ain't going to address and win is that you was on that Main Street investigation. And that's, you got Stutterbox saying that, you got Mark Stevens saying that. Two people involved with that case. Lovejoy wasn't even around. How is you going out defending this man like you his baby mama or something, and you don't know what's going on? So let's go. I want y'all to hear what Lovejoy, Love Boy, whatever his name is, what he talking about. Hold on. Can y'all hear it? I'm not getting no audio. Okay, start it over. Hold on.
Top of the morning. It ain't no selective politics for me. You know what I'm saying? And if you're my peoples, you do something wrong, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. You know what I'm saying? And if it come up wrong, you out. That's what it is. So anyway, I heard about this case a while ago, but I wasn't really on the internet with all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't really doing the internet thing, this creative thing. It's kind of fun. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's get straight to it. So WACK, some of y'all know about WACK100, was a target in investigation. Some Tupac, Biggie type shit, drug type shit, whatever was going on back then. Like I said, I wasn't really hip to all that. But I've heard about all the hoopla and all the bullshit.
Let's stop that first. Is there anything that you want to say about him, talk about this investigation so far?
Yeah, is the fact is that 600 is taking already. He's taking the bait of WACK, which that's the deception of the whole situation. The case that we're referring to is the Main Street Crips. Why are you talking about Tupac and Biggie? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, right? You said he said a Tupac and Biggie murder investigation of Suge Knight, which would mean Greg Caden, right? Well, Greg Caden was working for LAPD at the time and was focused primarily on that investigation. In fact, I'm gonna let him tell y'all instead of me telling y'all, because y'all got a men lie, but y'all can hear that from the police's mouth, right? Boom. This is the clip. So I was a cop on the Tupac and Biggie investigation, right? Well, we all know Stutterbox said that he was in the paper in his paperwork on the Main Street investigation. Mark Stevens said he got a call on a wiretap in the Main Street investigation. Y'all see how people get mixed up in the spin, fucks people over. So even more than that, sometimes law enforcement, they're very territorial when it comes to jurisdiction. You could watch cops or SVU, Law and Order, and you'll see them arguing over jurisdiction, right? The feds wouldn't necessarily reveal that all of their informants or assets to law enforcement in the LAPD or the sheriff department because that's their asset, right? So more times than not, they would be unlikely to know if somebody was working in a federal investigation for the FBI or a sheriff investigation unless they agreed to share jurisdiction. And if you don't believe me, we'll let the cops tell you. Greg Caden. So he's admitting that he wouldn't know what's going on in the Main Street case, right? But you got this dude that was a late bloomer on the gang subculture. Most people in LA, South Central, Compton, Watts, Long Beach, that's our culture. Our parents or family members are from the set. So you were getting that some as young as 9, 10 years old. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16 even considered a late bloomer. This man admitted to us that he started banging after he graduated from high school. He started playing football after that, so you wasn't banging. There's a difference between gang member and gang banging. Then from that, you started boxing. So when was you frontline and politicking? You didn't go to the county. You never been to YA. You never been to the pen. So, and on the streets, half these brothers over in that community don't even know you. So what's your motive defending this man when you weren't involved with that case? You don't know the facts of the case. This is the Main Street Mafia investigation that he cooperated on. So that shit about Greg Caden, that's the spin that a lot of you slow motherfuckers fall for. Let's get back into Detective Lovejoy.
What shit going on about, man, work on paperwork. Nigga, we got the paperwork. Nigga, his name is back. Right? And I heard multiple people say this. You know what I'm saying? Spider Loc said it on record. Brick Baby said it on record. And dude Duse, he said it on record. They all said it on record, talking about my boy's a rat, right? So I'm like, okay, which I already knew he wasn't, because nobody never showed no paperwork. And people just be talking. Nobody never presented, this is the work. When I say something, I say, this is the work. This is what you did. Is this not you? They all saying that, Yeah, he's on there. They addressing him by back. So let's get into it. I got the actual audio.
So is that true that they only referred to him as confidential source 2 back in the paperwork? Yael, are you familiar with it? Yeah.
Hear me, Deuce? I guess it's okay. Yeah, I'm very familiar with the paperwork as far as who the CS2 back character is.
Well, he says that they never said his name, Cash Jones, WACK, or nothing like that in the paperwork. Do you know if that was mentioned in the paperwork?
Well, the paperwork that was proceeded to be given was that WACK was mentioned, but it was mentioned in the terminologies as the WACK boy. So some people would take that as him disrespecting a person and calling him a WACK boy. But the person that was replying to um him saying, did you speak to CS2 back? He was actually saying, no, I haven't spoke to the WACK boy, basically calling out the person by their name, but it was mentioned in lowercase.
And that came inside the paperwork.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, well we got the paperwork right here, confidential source 2 back. And let me see if I can share this real quick. If I can send it to messaging, and then from messaging we could show it, because this dude is talking about nobody never showed it. I released this paperwork over a year ago. So remembering on the Eddie Boy situation, he didn't even know if it was a robbery. Then he admitted he never even checked the paperwork, right?
Right. He was like, I never read the paperwork. So we all was thinking like, damn, if excuse me, if you didn't read the paperwork, how could you make that critical decision to say that's not that's not true? Like, you can't say you ain't read the paperwork and then turn around and say, well, he ain't this or he ain't that, bro. You don't I don't even think, to a degree, he don't know how to really articulate the paperwork in depth. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
he definitely ain't the lightest fuse in the box. We definitely can say that. Let me see if we can blow this picture up a little bit more. Damn, confidential source number 2. I usually don't do this. Can y'all see my screen?
I can see your screen. I can't I haven't seen the paperwork though.
Do y'all see me or do y'all see the paperwork?
I see you.
Okay, well, let me see. Maybe I need to share a screen. And yeah, that's probably exactly what I need to do. Present, share screen, and we're on WACK100, back, confidential source number 2. Now, if you looking on YouTube, paperwork party on Clubhouse, nigga. Um, he said his name was never in here, and we're gonna get back into this later, but just
Right.
so that they see that. Let me see where we at. Okay, here it go. Mark Stevens says, I mean, that's good information. See, now I know how to, like I said, I ain't helping the whack boy in a minute. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? He called me out the blue yesterday. Not yesterday, yeah, last night. Left me 2 messages, and this morning, and I just need to know how to play it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, right there. Stop right there. So when he says he left me 2 messages, and I haven't messed with the whack boy in a minute, who is that directly speaking? Who is that is saying that?
Okay, that's Mark Stevens.
And Mark Stevens already addressed it, that he had already previously told these individuals that the back character had went bad,
Right.
and that back wasn't being allowed to associate themselves with him. So it's been a minute since he talked to the whack boy, correct?
Right. And
Okay, so
out the blue, they get a call from this guy who is known as confidential source number 2 back. But
right. So when
even more, let me finish real quick.
okay,
Even
go ahead.
more important, right? The first um the first pages of the wiretap, when they first tapped Mark Stevens and Dale Dog phone, this was the first call.
Oh, okay.
So now, not only is it a bunch of 300 some pages of transcripts of wiretaps, but this is where the wiretaps start. And it starts at a time where Dale tells Stevens that your boy Box went sour. CS2 Back wants Dale phone number. Back needs to talk to Dale. It's important. Dale talks about Box, Stutter Box, and Back wanting to talk to Dale. Mafia talk and someone talking too much. Box? Question mark. Sounds like Back has info on Box and talking about phone lines being compromised. Box punks the game. 2 messages on Mark's phone. Mark is involved in the gang business and operations. Duke Back is calling on another line to Mark. JW transcribed by KLS. So he left 2 messages about Stutterbox going bad. He need to talk to Del Dog. And the phones is compromised. Then he gets through and calls, right?
Correct.
So once he calls, he clicks over and to ask Dale first. He hit me 3 times. He want to give him your number. So I was calling to clear with you first before I give him your number. He called me and Dale Dog, I'm cool. I'm cool on that, brother. Mark Stevens. Oh, okay. So you don't want, all right. So you don't want to do no holler? All right. What's up with you though? We'll talk, man. You know, I just need to know, man, you when I talk to Back, I'm just gonna tell that nigga, man, oh man, well, you know, homie, you been on the phone with Duse Stutterbox, who you saying is all bad, right? And you know, Shane, you know what I'm saying? You right, man. No telling what lies he told a nigga on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Dealt off. And then though, when you call the dude, you make the dude talk about certain stuff on the horn. You know that's what they got going on. I ain't got no time for that for this dude. I mean, you know, that's good information. I know how to, like I said, I ain't helping the whack boy in a minute. So the person that called 2 times, left 2 messages, and then called trying to get Dale's number to tell him that Stutterbox went bad and the phone's compromised was CS2 Back, the whack boy. So we're gonna get back to the video with Detective Love Boy, since he said that whack name wasn't ever mentioned in there. And some people say, oh, he wasn't even WACK100 at the time. Nah, but he called himself Whack. And no disrespect to my keyways, but CK Whack, because he's Little Whack from Pacoima Paru. So he can't lie and try to flip that. That's another false narrative, you know?
Right.
All right, let me get back to Detective Lovejoy. For the commercial, you know, I don't pay for YouTube Premium. I'm a broke nigga.
Nigga just gonna let it play out.
Here we go.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff, man. A lot of spinning narratives going on.
Ain't it always like that? Salute, y'all.
Salute, Shay News, Hood Vlogs, salute. Yeah, it's always like that, man. You know, people just don't, you know, they don't know how to.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Duse.
What happened?
Shit, I thought we was waiting for the video to play.
The video playing, y'all.
Oh, okay. I can't. Okay.
It ain't playing on our end. You got the paperwork video up.
Is that better?
Hold on. Yeah, you not screen sharing it. Share the screen.
It's like on Melrose or Santa Monica. Pulled up in his
I can hear it.
Bentley.
Yeah, we good now.
Sat down at a Starbucks and started to chop it up, and he gave us this information that led to you. And so we didn't know it was real.
What the hell was the information that led to me?
Well, the information was that if we looked into you, we might find some things out that would help us maybe get some leverage on Suge. So it was just like that. So we're like, all right, we didn't know any better. We're like, well, FBI says this guy's, is worth listening to.
So the guy we talking about that we're listening to is Stutterbox.
Right.
So Greg, before you go any further, how long does a motherfucker gotta be like working with the FBI before they're calling a guy like you that's investigating the case as serious as you have to say he's a reliable source?
Well,
Greg, explain to him the different level of informants you have, and that answers the question better.
Yeah. So there's a CI, which is a confidential informant. There's a CRI, which is a confidential, reliable informant. There's a witness. There's different levels of informants and sources of information, and so
So now y'all starting to see that how WACK was even involved in this investigation. It was from a rat informant.
Can't fully empty your bladder because of a swollen prostate? Here's why you shouldn't try meds, surgery, or natural treatments.
Real quick. Boom. Bam. Okay, here we go.
Now he's going to tell you what that name means and what they identify WACK as, and what these people on the streets is lying, saying they've been identifying WACK as. I don't know. How was I referred to? Was I referred to WACK as Jones? They have this back name. I don't know who the fuck back is. I don't know. I know I've never had that moniker, but I don't know. Maybe it was some coded shit. Or how did you recall referring to me through all the paperwork when you guys were like listening in on my wiretaps? So like saying, okay, this is WACK. This is Cash Jones on the wiretap. What was I referred to in your? Because I've never looked over that paperwork. Never had a need to. What was I referred to?
Well, you would have been identified as referred to most likely as like a target. And like your phone would have been target number, or your license plate would have been target whatever. It would have been, clearly understandable to anybody reading it that this has something to do with this car, this phone, this person. We wouldn't have referred to you as an informant because you never were. We would have referred to you as a target or a source of
or a source of did y'all catch that? Hold on.
Yeah, I caught that.
or a source, which means that you did talk to him. But let's finish listening to what he's talking about.
CS2.
Not a source of information because you
not a
you weren't even that. So you know, I'm a little vague.
Why is he a little vague? Why is he stuttering after he called the man a source on how he would consider this man? But this is on the Tupac Biggie murder investigation, how Greg Caden and his agency would refer to him. We ain't even talking about the Main Street case. We shouldn't even be listening to this shit for real, because what we own is the Main Street case. Hold on.
On it right now because it's been a while, but you would have been most, you know, we would have referred you by your name, Cash Jones. We don't usually use monikers under those circumstances, like WACK or WACK100.
Okay, so this is the lead detective in the investigation. He's telling you.
In what investigation?
What they would have.
And he the lead detective in what investigation?
Tupac and Biggie. It's 2 cases, man. What are you talking about?
He's dizzy. He like a dingy blind, bro. And then he doesn't have enough experience and doesn't understand how the politics go. So it's sad, bro. This dude like
the nigga was WACK was just reading the paper. It said DD stand for deal, dog.
Right.
Hey, but check this out, Deuce. We gotta remember the nigga 600 is a nigga who got put on at 25. So you know he a little wet behind the ears still.
Right. We call those late bloomers in the city. He was a late bloomer, really late. You know. But let me go ahead and push play.
Referred to WACK as. They would have referred to him as his name or target number. They wouldn't have given him a moniker or a code name or a confidential type name. They don't do that. He's telling you this is him right here.
If Greg Caden and his agency doesn't usually give code names and monikers, wouldn't that kind of ring a bell in your mind that that's not the officer, because CS2 back, confidential source 2 back, is a code name? Like, wouldn't that send, well, damn, maybe he ain't the police on this case. And then when you look on the thing, it say it's transcribed by KS, right? That's not Greg Caden's initials. So this dude is just lost in the sauce. Let's go. Man, step your game up before you fuck your name up. You trying to protect the motherfucker that's all bad. You don't even know the circumstances, bro.
So, next step. For everybody who spoke bad on WACK name and said that WACK is a rat, or said that he was an informant, you owe that man an apology. Now, this is you got to come clear your name.
Hey, wait, STATS280, you got to apologize to WACK100, because Greg Caden, who ain't even a detective on the case, came and vouched for everybody on Clubhouse. That was a Clubhouse interview where he had 2, not 1, but 2 ex-police in his room to vouch that he wasn't cooperating and working with the police when I dropped the CS2 back paperwork. So go ahead and apologize, STATS280.
Why the hell would I do that?
Wait, what are they even on this case?
Bro, later on, they joined the Main Street investigation. You hear him, and I'm gonna play the audio. Matter of fact, I'm tired of Detective Lovejoy. He was a waste of time. He's the pawn. Remember, the whole thing is to deflect, so we would focus on something minute, somebody who don't matter, don't understand politics, got on politics in his hood that he still ain't even going to go take care of, but he on the internet talking about some shit he don't know nothing about, don't understand, and fucking his name up. This nigga is a clown, bro, a kid, 40 years old, don't know nothing. Who's your big homie, nigga?
Something ain't right about that nigga Deuce. We gotta look at this nigga 600 and where he came from and his origin, bro.
Hey, Ghost, listen. That's where the spin comes. Fuck that deflect shit. We all here for 2 reasons. That nigga lied about the Eddie Boy shit. We exposed that already. He didn't even read the paperwork. The second reason we're here, because he got sent after we exposed CS2 back. He trying to clean it up and deflect. So fuck this nigga. You listening to Greg Caden, and matter of fact, he heard the audio the other day. when Eddie Boy was talking to whoever was pressing him about the Big U case, he said, if it's the police and it's my homeboy, nigga, since when do we believe the police? So let me give y'all some, because a lot of y'all don't know, I didn't get into it because Lovejoy didn't even know the case. He never even read the paperwork. He didn't even know it was a robbery. It was a robbery by 4 dudes, but it was a sting. Once they caught the dude, once they hey, get down. Big U karate chop one police, ran and got away. They never found a gun. He tried to jump in the car with the getaway driver and another nigga. They left him. They left him, bro. So if a nigga was going, if a nigga was, wouldn't he get lesser time if he told on the 2 niggas that got away instead of the nigga that was with him? But them niggas never got locked up. Second of all, the statement that the police made was admissible during preliminary hearing, but once they got to Superior Court, it was ruled inadmissible for trial. And the reason it was inadmissible because they provided Big U's Miranda rights. And on the Miranda rights, he never waived his right. He never talked to the police. But this police here saying that he made this statement about Eddie Boy. So the question came in, well, where was you at with him alone where he made this statement, but he didn't waive his Miranda? That's inadmissible. So he don't even know those facts of the case or whatever. This dude is a clown, bro. He's not to be taken seriously, and he's a waste of time. Let's get back to now to CS2 back, because that's what they want to deflect from. STATS280, you got something to build on that while I get this audio?
No, that's a fact. Like the whole time, this is what he does. He throws somebody and get them involved. And notice how he always has a person name in his mouth. So he's going to utilize these people as pawns. And mind you, the whole time, why is he doing more explaining opposed to questioning Mark Stevens? Why are you calling me CS2 back? Simple. That's all he got to do is question Mark Stevens.
So you think he this the type of nigga we dealing with, right? So this nigga would rather believe Stutterbox said that he's in the paperwork on the Main Street case, right? We interviewed him. You got Mark Stevens, who said he's CS2 back, and he in his paperwork, his lawyers told him that, and he's the one that showed Big U, and Big U cut him off. So you got 2 people corroborating one fact. That's what it takes in a court of law. 2 witnesses to corroborate one fact. And the fact is that you were on the wiretap for conspiracy to murder by giving up Stutterbox address to Del Dog when you try to backdoor Stutterbox. You know what I'm saying? So you can stay up under the bag with Mark Stevens and them. And then you're on there when after they catch your ass up and you agree to work because you're the first one recorded on the wiretap. CS2 back calling, though you know the phones is tapped. Nigga, you know that this nigga Stutterbox is targeting these niggas. He already at war with them. And you calling this nigga want to get to talk to this nigga. So check this out. He ain't on this case. Remember that. WACK100 was never charged in the mainstream mafia case. But check this out.
You got to share the screen.
Oh, hold on. We gonna back that one up a little bit. We're gonna back that one up again because they couldn't see the screen. My bad, bro. We gonna start that back over. Present, share screen. My bad. Y'all know I ain't that good with this type of shit. Bam. Let's see.
Shit, we dropped the shit. I use it for
I want y'all to hear this again.
A certain individual out. I called my attorney, had the attorney put Greg. It's because they was able to line you up, make you perjure yourself on the stand, and claim you wasn't a fucking informant, and in walks Greg Cadence, which I orchestrated that with Mark Stevens and my attorney. The only one came from that. You dropped the shit, we dropped. The only one from the police came from that shit. I orchestrated 7 Crips getting off the case because I sent Greg Cadence to go talk to Mark Stevens about this. Well, we heard Mark Stevens, and that's not the story we got. He say this nigga was the police on his case. Mark Stevens cracked this whole investigation that WACK100 was a part of the hip hop police collective. Tupac and Biggie, Shaquille O'Neal, all of these investigations into the hip hop community on the West Coast. Mark Stevens was able to identify who was calling for back because it was something out the ordinary. And you got this nigga playing hero. Listen. Drop the shit. I use it for that to help a certain individual out. I called my attorney, had the attorney put Greg. It's because they was able to line you up, make you perjure yourself. You don't understand. But is that what Mark Stevens was saying? I'm saying you either gonna believe WACK, who got nothing to do with the case, who's a slime ball, manipulative, a boat. WACK100 lies a lot. That shit went viral. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know this nigga has no credibility. We know he ran fake paperwork on Jim Jones because we uncovered the shit. A lady from, where she was from, Britain, she was from Canada, and found out that the paperwork and codes that they had 050 China Brim exposed was some paperwork from Britain, bro. This the type of nigga we talking about.
So he getting old paperwork, fake paperwork, printing it up for another person to say that this is their paperwork and it was actually a lie. This is what WACK doing, right?
Right.
How you gonna believe? All right, man.
Right. So look, we gonna go right here real quick, right? Because
WACK so cold, he do the same thing with contracts. He just slid niggas old people contracts, had them sign them, and had them thinking they had deals they ain't never had out here too.
The nigga's a con man. If he can convince you, he got you. Fast talker. He ain't never denied that. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. Check this clip out. I want y'all able to.
You pulling it up?
Oh, y'all ain't hearing it?
Nah.
Nah, we can't hear it, Duse.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, you gotta share the screen again so it can pop back up.
Items I had, or I don't know what the fuck that was, but I know I had to come down to that Wilshire building, and I came down with my legal, which was Jeff Brody. I guess his whole narrative is I went to the Wilshire building to inform, which I don't know why I would have to inform because I was never subject to any arrests or anything like that. So you let them know what my trip down to the Wilshire building entailed.
Yeah, so I remember that day. and you came down there, and we basically just confronted you on the allegations, and explained to you why we were doing what we were doing, giving you the opportunity, with the hopes that you would know something that could help us out.
So I guess the story is when I came down to Wilshire,
Stop this real
I
quick.
came down there
That was
to
weird.
inform and not pick up whatever little items I had, or I don't know what the fuck that was, but I know I had to come down to that Wilshire building, and I came down with my legal.
He says he don't know what items he had to go pick up down at the Wilshire building that he said
That
was
was
the
nasty.
federal building.
That was crazy. What the
That
fuck
was
is he even talking about?
crazy.
Nigga, what?
Going to the
You know what she was going down there to do?
but did you hear Greg Caden's rendition of what he came down there for?
Yes.
Definitely.
With his lawyer. You going to, first of all, if you're going to pick up some items that was taken when they searched your house, then you're going down there. You don't need to take your attorney because you're not even going to talk to him. You're going to go, hey, y'all took this. I'm supposed to get that shit back and do it. You went up to the 64th floor, seeing women with FBI jackets and all of that, and you said it was to get some items. So you say, Greg Caden, can you tell him that I wasn't there to inform what I was there for? Oh, we wanted to give you the opportunity. We wanted to tell you what the allegations were, give you an opportunity to tell us what you know. Nigga, you
that
went
don't
up
sound
there
like picking nothing up.
Yeah. Y'all go
I
ahead.
sound like dropping something off.
That sounds like drop. And what do you need a lawyer for to pick up your property? I'm confused.
Caden says to help us out. That he came down there to talk to them to help them out.
Yeah, that's called AKA cooperating.
On the 64th floor, right?
Now I understand why they say he was a source, but they maybe they couldn't use the information in the Tupac Biggie murder. But you know what's crazy? I got something that makes me doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I went on Facebook Messenger, and I could share the screen on that. And I contacted Greg Caden, right? And I'll tell you guys exactly what was said, so y'all don't. What the fuck you contacting the police for, nigga? I'm on this rat nigga helmet. I got a sniff of rat blood, nigga, and I'm on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So here it go right here. Can y'all see? Let me share my screen. Stats, can y'all see?
Yeah, we see it.
All right, I'll go into it after you guys finish saying what y'all think about him going to the 64th floor with his lawyer to get some property while these people trying to talk to him. Go ahead.
He sounds coached. Like WACK is trying to go around what he's actually trying to say, and it just sounds like the Caden guy is being coached.
So I look at it from two perspectives, Deuce, and this is for people who are not really familiar with people who are dealing with the police or that are snitching. So he takes his lawyer to the 64th floor, right? A person might look at that like, well, what if they try to keep his stuff? What if they might try to arrest him? His lawyer being present gives him a shield, correct? But if you're only going down there to pick up your belongings, I don't think you would need a lawyer to go just pick up your property, right?
Right. And how you forget what belongings you had to go down there to pick up?
He dropped something off. He telling you drop pictures, documents.
Yeah, he dropped that. He dropped them lows. He dropped them things.
So Greg Kagan did go in to say that whatever that he said, it wasn't useful for their investigation. So I contacted Greg Caden. I said, I'm trying to locate the investigative report on your interview of Cash Jones and the audio or video recording thereof. How can I obtain that? I don't think it would be available, Lamonte. I don't think they would destroy evidence of an ongoing investigation. He waived his Miranda rights, so there has to be documentations of that. Whenever you waive your Miranda rights, they ask for you to sign. We want that because you talked to them people, right? When they gave you the opportunity to help them, right? With your lawyer. And any statement pertaining to the investigation, pertinent or non-pertinent, would not be destroyed. He said, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm saying it would be hard to get your hands on it, right? I said, wait, as a citizen, don't I have the right to access such public records? Not necessarily. I said, the only way that we wouldn't be able to have a right to access public records is if those records contain confidential information. But even then, I should be able to get the redacted version. He said, or if it's related to an ongoing homicide or an open homicide case. So whatever WACK100 went and talked to them people about or helped them about, because that's the Tupac Biggie murder investigation, right? Whatever he talked to them about, those statements are up under that ongoing investigation. We do know that Reggie Wright Jr., his big homie, you know, that's who put him on death row, right? He went and testified at the grand jury hearing against Keith D.
Hey, Deuce.
What up?
Do you have the video? I mean, the conversation up?
Yeah, not no more. I just took it down. You talk about with Greg Caden?
Yeah, put that it's that they can't see that conversation.
Okay, well we finna reshare the screen. We don't need no motherfucking questioning the facts or my motherfucking integrity. That's what got me in this shit in the first place. Bitch ass nigga trying to smut a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Greg Caden, boom. Messenger, boom. All right, so how can I share this? Let me see if I can share this. Stop sharing. Come back up here to StreamYard. Boom. Start present. Share screen. Share screen. Facebook. Share screen. Can y'all see it now? Stat.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm a scroll slowly so people can screenshot from Greg Caden. People can screenshot the conversation. Nasty work.
Well, it's nasty, all right.
So niggas don't say that's not, you know what I mean, that's somebody fake or something like that.
Okay, I'll make sure I click on the thing. Boom, 995 friends. Look on the bright side. We will be fluent in Chinese by 2028. And y'all should be able to see the profile, Greg Caden. So y'all all need to go press him about that paperwork too. All right. I hope that was sufficient for everybody. I'm gonna stop sharing. Boom. Now, let's get into the audio with the Stutterbox video. I guess they said WACK100 and they flamed Duse in, right? They flamed Big U, right?
You got flame.
I got flame on the internet.
That's true.
Virtual flaming.
You got marked out on the internet.
Got marked out on the internet. We used to call them cell soldiers. You get niggas look down on you when you doing all that super extra shit behind the door when you can't get active. Now on the internet, they look at that like that's some gangster shit.
Like, nigga, he said shut up and muted you. Oh, that's gangster.
Y'all silly. Marked out 2.0.
Right. Yeah. Let me go back over here real quick. Duse Sims.
Yeah, you got to reshare it.
I'm gonna reshare it. I'm looking for the video. WACK100 Flames, Big U, Suge Knight. Let me put Stutterbox name in because that's where WACK100 Stutterbox. All right. WACK100 and Stutterbox, Flames, Big U, and Suge Knight. Let's react to this shit. Let's go.
You shared the screen?
Yeah, I'm waiting till the commercial over. I didn't want to promote another brand, you know. They might shadow ban niggas. Hold on. All right. StreamYard Studio. All right, here we go.
On the live with Lamonte. Let me see.
Can y'all hear it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod got the recording?
Yeah, we grabbed on the audio, Wack.
All right, here goes the clip.
Ping up, share the room. Ping up, share the room. We got class uncut content, man. We're in the big beehive.
So, I guess Lamonte got boxed on the YouTube live or something and baited him with this clip. Now, this is the first time I'm hearing it. Now, B. Now, that's boxing do film. Okay. Now, this clip I'm about to play is from the 16th. Now, this is about to light the streets on fire. This is wild on with these. All of them is snakes. All of them is snakes. Now, you just heard this dude Stutterbox, and he called my phone. I didn't call him. Right? He called my phone. I'm driving back from Vegas. So, this shit is weird right here. But let's play Stutterbox talking to WACK. I never knew. I stepped into, I didn't even know what's going on. Nigga, when I come into that shit, you niggas was one big old family.
Let me tell you one thing that you don't know.
No, let's just be real, bro.
Dog did not like you because you was down with me.
You said dog didn't like, yeah, but I let that be known.
When you walked in the casino and he seen you, he didn't like you.
But I let that be known. Mark
you
the
let
one.
it be known. You did. You did.
Mark,
and you got
Mark
my,
the one.
You got my, hey, Wack. What Mark don't realize, I can't get on the phone with him and pick you and his nephew or his son and cut your head because you the one got me my tool.
First of all, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. The Rolls Royce gets shot up, right? Them niggas, dog them, is the culprits for that, right? You look out for Mark.
You seen the holes in the car.
I seen the holes on my mama. You send the Rolls Royce to Mark, he won it. Mark knows. Look, he fixed it. He driving around, fucking Atlanta. Mark knows that Dale Dog the one did this to you, right? You get him the Rolls Royce. Now watch this.
And he sent dog in Vegas.
Hold on. All-Star Weekend come up. Me and you out there with Mark and Shaq, right?
He fuck with dog and line me up.
Mark sends you
and you caught it. And you caught the lineup.
Hold on. Mark sends you to a whole nother hotel. I come to your hotel that morning. I say,
see the nigga.
I say, no. That morning, I said, Box, you might want to give me a key to your room. Never know what's going to happen. Yeah. You look at me. You look at me. Now, you said, I said, Box, you never know. You said, Wack, you right. You give me a key. That night, Mark sends you to another shot party, another hotel. I go to the Palm, thinking I'm going to meet you, and running the Dell Dog at the VIP entrance saying, I should have a VIP table here left for me by Mark Stevens. Mark, I call you.
You cussed him out. You cussed him out and told him you were going to knock him out.
I told Mark I was going to knock him out behind him.
You did. On the dead homie.
He waiting for you to defend me. You won't say nothing. I called you. I said,
hey, Wack, that's what our relationship skip off with it.
But watch this, Box. I called you. I say,
I remember that was
the niggas that tried to you. I say the niggas that tried to in your lobby 560. They got a table for Mark Stevens, bro. You say what?
That's why
I'm naked.
That's why.
Hold on, bro.
On that.
Hold on. You say what? I'm naked. I say, Box, I got your key. I meet you in valet. By the time you pull up, I'm in valet with the Eagle Beagle. I fly to the Eagle. I got a bulldog on me. I'm kicking you in the shins trying to get to these niggas.
You damn sure was.
Now you know the thing, right? Now you go the thing. Let's fast forward. I get a call from Mark. Yeah. You ain't talk to your boy? Oh.
You know what? You know what else they trying to get?
Hold on.
Carlos from Never Lane. Remember he was there with us?
Who?
Carlos from Never Lane. Barlow. Remember?
Oh, yeah, I'm not. Los ain't doing none of that.
He ain't coming up here. He said no.
Los ain't doing none of that. So listen.
He ain't doing none of that. He told me he ain't doing it. He told Big U he ain't doing it. He told Suge he ain't doing it.
So listen. So
you're right about him. You're right about him. He ain't doing it.
Yo, so listen. So now we fast forward. I get a call from Mark. He laughing. You talk to your boy? Who? Box. Talk to him about what? He ain't tell you what happened on Sunset? I don't know what you're talking about. I call you. Mark just called me laughing, talking about what happened to you on Sunset. You say, what? See, that's when you put it together. You wasn't even thinking about them niggas at that time, I don't think. You say, what? I said, nigga said something on Sunset. Then you told me what happened on Sunset.
I had a picture of the nigga laying on the ground with his...
Who?
Dog. Remember the picture I had of him on the ground?
Now, what the fuck
That's
y'all about
crazy.
that right ass shit? These niggas saying implicating other motherfuckers in a homicide, bro. WACK published it knowing that it was doing all that, bro. That shit is like a distress call.
No, later on in the conversation, he gonna straight out say, they say he's like the Dale dog. Dale dog dead, got killed by his own homeboy. That's what he said that shit loud and clear on the shit.
Yeah, but they want us to believe they not federal. And knowing WACK talk on the phone like this has to be normal. Now I understand why Dale Dog didn't want to talk to this nigga in his big ass mouth.
Yeah. You know, ain't nobody in jail for Dale Dog murder. He's saying that on the motherfucking on the record.
Cold nigga, bro. Let's go.
Oh, you never said that to me. I never said it.
With his whole stomach.
Can y'all hear us? That?
I had that nigga.
I think
yeah, we good.
Yeah. Yeah, so, but see, this was crazy. Since then, I didn't talk to, you know that? I didn't talk to Mark 100 times.
Yeah, I know.
So,
but after that, you know, him and Sack had went on that big podcast, right?
Okay.
But I wasn't invited. They didn't clear up nothing about me. So Big U ain't got my back, cuz.
Nah, he ain't
the
cleared up
see that. The homies see that.
He ain't cleared none of that shit up.
You think the homies don't see that? And Lady Mazdale, dog? Come on, man. My homies ain't slow.
But this is what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Listen.
Yo.
Yeah, I'm
what
trying
is
to
he
put
saying I had to do with the case? Nigga, I was a target. My house got raided. My truck got
in the paperwork. Listen, in the paperwork, it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
you
call
want to take your call.
In the paperwork, it says that you tried to call
Dog. Talk. That's the confirmation number 2. That's Stutterbox.
That's Stutterbox. He's telling WACK100 the reason what Mark Steven and them is talking about is that you tried to call Dog. Listen, in the paperwork.
I didn't tell you. And he said
I talked to Dog.
But he said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call.
He said he wouldn't talk to you. I'm gonna send you the paperwork. So he's gonna send him the paperwork about the Main Street investigation, not about no Tupac and Biggie murder, death row shit. That's a different investigation. So we gonna play that for y'all again. Hey, WACK, thanks for bringing Stutterbox on there. That nigga told the truth on your dumb ass. You say he always lie on you. He told the truth this time. Listen.
Okay. But I wasn't invited. They didn't clear up nothing about me. So, bitch, you ain't got my back, cuz.
Nah, he ain't
the homie see that. The homie see that.
He ain't cleared none of that shit up.
You think the homies don't see that? And label him as Dale Dog? Come on, man. My homies ain't slow.
But this is what I'm trying to figure out, though, Box. Help me understand this, because me and you both know that whole case was your thing. What is Mark saying I had to do with the case, bro?
Hey, pin that comment right there, Stat.
Yo.
Which one? The one that's labeled right here?
I had to do with the case. Nigga, I was a target. My house got raided. My truck got
paperwork. Right, listen, in the paperwork it said you tried to call Dog, remember?
I tried to
and he
call
won't take your call. And I sent it to you. And he
I
said
talked to Dog.
But he said he didn't talk to you. He wouldn't take your call.
And I think, wait. And I think Mark tried to set the three-way up.
Wait, who knows what really happened? Who knows
Stevens.
What
Mark
really
Stevens.
Mark
so this
Stevens.
is but look, P gang, this is why we have to get you people who do not pay attention. You know, y'all sometimes y'all got short attention span. Y'all need to get a box of Cheerios and Fruit Loops, whatever. But look, this is the main thing. If Mark Stevens is saying, hey, CS2 in that paperwork is WACK100, Cash Jones, why the fuck is he explaining himself instead of saying, hey, Mark Stevens, why are you calling me CS2? And mind you, he just said that Mark Stevens was the individual who three-wayed the call. According to the paperwork, you pay attention, it says CS2 was trying to call and get Dale Dog's number.
Damn, homie. On Clubhouse, he was the man, homie.
But
How can you, nigga?
But real quick, he's trying to deflect and say, I talked to Dale Dog. And then Splatterbox is saying, no, you was trying to, and he wouldn't take your call. And then he was like, no, but Mark Stevens tried to do the three-way. This is us regurgitating this information so you guys can catch it. He's telling on himself, and then when he's saying all of these things, he'll run back and deflect from what he originally already confirmed.
Yeah, pressure busts pipes, right? So when you start applying pressure in his facts, he's on the defense. We hit him wholeheartedly with the Mark Stevens because that's what we needed, the final piece to find out exactly who was CS2 back. I been believed it was him because of the facts. Who called Mark Stevens 3 times, right? Who said that Stutterbox went bad on him? Who said that the phones was compromised?
This is all WACK right here, Sam.
There was one person that could confirm who that person was, bro. And WACK100 just said it. Mark knows. Mark knows. So you want us to believe Mark Stevens. You agreeing that Mark Stevens is credible. Hey, STATS280, can you play that Mark Stevens? I don't even want to get into the rest of the shit. The main point, Stutterbox said you in the paperwork on the Main Street case. Mark Stevens said your CS2 back, the WACK boy, on the Main Street case. So we heard what Stutterbox had to say, and he cooperated. Not my business. That's the Main Street, and they did what they did. They're going to continue to do what they do. I'm not getting in their politics. He was on that case. He had facts to bring to the case. He said WACK was on a wiretap for conspiracy and murder, backdooring, hollering at Dale Dog. We got that, and that's the end of that interview. Let's get into that Mark Stevens audio, bro. We gonna bring that one more time and close casket this bitch ass nigga. Fuck the spinning, the little details. Focus on the macro, not the micro. We're talking about the case of the Main Street Mafia Crips, that investigation. Let's see if we can get that audio going, man. I'm gonna run it back again. Street TV going live. Shout out Street TV. We got my nigga Spider Loke in the motherfucking building.
Man, salute
him. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got up in here?
Salute Street TV. Salute to them, man.
Hot girl. Imam, salute. Death of the Cloud Chasers. Jazz Stretch 2 times. My nigga Polo Gang. You know what I'm saying? Richie Rich from the Z Spot. He up in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And my nigga 415 Kumi, man. Salute the motherfucking Yay area. Let me know when you ready, though, 280. Hey, y'all, what's up, man? You didn't use a rapper. You still want to be a rapper knowing the hip-hop police on the West Coast?
Hey, me and what I say, man, as far as my experiences and my stories.
You ready?
I ain't.
All right, let them finish.
I'ma just deliver my my experiences. I ain't dealing with them industry niggas. To me, a lot of them niggas is weird.
For real.
1,000%. So I'm not even trying to be around them. I ain't even trying to be buddy and all that. I mean, if we work, we work as far as, you know, the real ones. But other than that, y'all on his own. Salute.
Oh, yeah, for real. Yeah. So right now, why Twitter gang? So right now, we about to play Mark Stevens directly, you know, the individual that has all the confirmation and the information to solve the case. This
Y'all
is the
ain't
key.
gotta believe us that he got credibility and he knows. WACK100 told you dick sucking niggas that
Correct.
Mark Stevens is the one that knows.
Three-way to call.
What Mark say.
Right. So with that being said, let's get it.
Choice. You know, he was facing a life sentence, so he had to take it all the way. And with all the lawyers that was involved, they was able to get the discovery. That's when we found out that the lines was compromised.
And as soon when you get the discovery, was part of that the actual wiretaps?
The whole transcript. I got the whole transcript. Whole transcripts of the whole wiretaps.
And do you, in that paperwork, do you see your conversation with Cass Jones in them transcripts?
That was the initiating. That was the initiating when they started recording.
Right. Right. And how did they refer to Cass Jones?
In the paperwork, they put him as BACK, BACK. And
correct.
I kept asking the lawyer, like, who the fuck is? I ain't talked to no BACK. They said, nah, that's WACK. But they put him as BACK because he a blood. Or BACK. I said, oh, okay.
Was this BACK also referred as confidential source number 2?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Well, man, I'm glad that the truth was able to come out. And it's sad.
But bigger than that, homie, right? I watched Duse, man. He said some things about the big homie Shaq,
That's getting into the other thing. But
hey,
that's
real quick, while you putting that on, can you go first and then Yael and Shay? Because the fact that they said he was the wiretap started with him, he was the first one that got their phone tapped, and that was the first conversational thing, bro. What that bring to your mind, homie?
what that means that he's been working. He's working. Like this is what he do. So that's why his character is immoral. He never really stands on anything. You know, he wants to dibble and dabble in the street life, and then no, I'm a civilian. Like you can't have it both ways. You can't say that you don't deal with rats, but then you like it's weird. Like he plays as what they call it, Hungarian dialect. It's just yeah,
Oh
it's
wow.
weird. You know what I'm saying? So you know it's wild. You know what I mean? But he been working. That's what I get from the whole situation.
Shay?
I just feel like he's full of shit. I feel like he's backed in a corner. Um, Even though you exposed this shit a year ago, it's just now waking people up. And I feel like the video the other day and them recording the audio, he got to go through it piece by piece, and he's trying to clean up his shit. So, jokes on that nigga.
Yeah.
Seemed like the 50-50 already came to the street. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but just, you know, basically confirming what STATS280 and Shay News is saying. It just give you the vibes like bro been working. He's had a lot of interaction with these people for a while now. And by some of the paperwork being said that he's a credible source, historical things. There's no telling how many things Dale Dog, rest in peace, him, and Stutterbox shared with him. You know, shared all types of events, all types of moves and situations that occurred throughout their life and their history dealing with their community. And he shared these things with WACK100, and that is being that given the 64th floor that credible that historical and credible information that 600 was talking about previously in the video. That's giving them that understanding, like, bro, you know a lot of stuff about these people. They felt very, very comfortable. You know, a lot of people assimilate that because of, you know, where they live at. You know, them both of them niggas live in a nice area. They looking like, damn, how you move over here? How you move over here? You know, they develop a friendship. They start being buddy. You know what I'm saying? So you start sharing information with somebody about your whole life and what you've done in your life. You know, but not to be long-winded, but it just give me those vibes, man. You just gotta, you know, you gotta keep your eyes open and not just be so gullible and subjectable to everything that somebody offer you. You know.
That's a lesson for the youth out there, man. You don't know who out there working, bro. You got dudes proclaiming that they gangsters, but they cool with snitching. You know what I'm saying? They hanging around with snitches, or they try. That ain't my business. He didn't tell on me.
Facts.
You understand what I'm saying? And you gonna give him the opportunity, and he gonna tell on you. Don't be writing home to some niggas that and have us risking going back to prison because after we done already told you, you chose to play with fire and got burnt. These dudes is out here working, and think about that, bro. Some crimes don't have no statutes of limitations, homie. And you get these friendships, situations happens in them clubs. You get to going out of state and you having that bread, niggas be hating it. You might have to get into some gangster shit, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Not that you're going to look for it, but sometimes niggas bringing it to you. They might try to snatch your chain, right? They might try to go viral. I got this nigga Yael or STATS280 on camera, boo bopping them or robbing them. So now you blazing, nigga. I got CS2 back with me, thinking that he's a CEO, thinking he's a big paru on the West Coast. And he got put on death row by a police officer, Reggie Wright Jr.
Wow.
Then he jumped on the Main Street case. And he was working. And you're up under him looking for a handout, 100 EBT, nigga. And you out with this nigga and the nigga wrecked this nigga because he ain't on paperwork. Or you run into a nigga like me, he smutted our name, and I'ma check that nigga chin. And you try to up, you and your whole crew gonna be gone because my goons is them real goons.
Facts.
If you really ready to get a life sentence or to die for a nigga that you know's a rat, that you protected for a handout, and the nigga ain't even gave you bitch ass niggas nothing. You niggas is prostitutes. You sell your soul for a jelly roll. You got that audio set? Make your game up for you fuck your name up.
You say you sold your soul for a jelly roll.
Like, what is he talking about? Hey, yo, yeah, what? Yeah, man, that's crazy. Hey, but what audio you talking about?
Mark Stevens, you got any more?
Oh yeah, I thought that was just the main point. Was just that?
Okay, well that's the main
Yeah,
point.
yeah, that was the main point. I didn't want to play.
Let's see if we got some
Yeah.
questions on Clubhouse. Everybody in the room, we in Real Damu Love on the Clubhouse app. CS2 Puppet Master, and Master Splinter.
Make sure y'all share the room. Invite
Oh yeah,
everybody.
and I gotta let people know. I was the one that said that he had the heart of a narc with the tongue of a snitch.
Yeah,
so
that's
so
the
we
deep one right there.
like you know what I'm saying? Like he really like this dude is a different type of dude. Like he really wants to insert himself into your shit so he can get your information. This is a different type of rat. Like this is not a regular rat. Like this rat engages you. You know what I'm saying? So it's the methodical motives behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's always trying to get leverage on you.
Yeah.
Information is power. Like with De La Hoya, that's why he always recording niggas' conversations, recording sex tapes and all kind of shit, right? That's his game. He gets that and try to use it against you. And if he can't get nothing on you, shit, who knows? You tell a lie enough time, people start to believe it.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Man.
And you know what was funny, right? That quote or saying is a Germanic thing. Nazi. Hitler used that as how to run his propaganda campaign. You tell a lie to these people, it eventually becomes the truth. You know what I'm saying? So I remember saying that, yo, that nigga Whack actually run like he like a Hitler type nigga. Like he just do propaganda. He just do propaganda. Like that's his whole thing. So when we be sitting here saying like, yo, he's an agent, like he really could be. He moves like one. Everything about him, it gives you that type of vibe. Like, yo, why you? I never seen a Damu or a Kiwi arguing with GDs and Stones. Like, yo, he didn't argue with these type of people. He didn't argue with Muslims. Like, how are you arguing with Muslims?
Talk your shit. Talk your shit, cause cause don't nobody glorify killing somebody else. Talk your shit, bro.
He just, and then the age that he is, like the age that he is definitely confusing because people, when you live that lifestyle, you didn't expect to see these ages that we are now in some cases. You know, people lose their life when they out there playing ball. So it's the fact that he reached this age, happened to get some money where he could take care of his family. Why would you be out here promoting this type of lifestyle when you're successful and you don't even have to be in the trenches? You well off. So it's weird.
That shit weird. They niggas is self snitching. They telling on themselves like, come on, like, on some real nigga shit. If it happened, it happened. We ain't talking about it no more.
Well, yeah, they don't live by them codes. But the crazy shit is that you got an informant that's being the puppet master of these young, aloof, ignorant, green.
Cause he did say something that made some sense. He said like, damn, Major. I'm yeah, I did something that I wasn't supposed to do.
Who said that?
What I didn't do.
Wait, who said that?
Talk about it.
Hey, Major, who said that?
One of these trolling ass nigga. I was like, damn.
Hey, look. Oh, you trolling? Well, you could go subscribe from the Sue Whoop tube. Go watch us on YouTube. Subscribe, my nigga. Hey, Stutterbox bogus as fuck. Well, I don't even care. Like I said, Stutterbox admitted when we was on Spiderloak shit that he got them people in his life after they shot up his shit and they played the audio of WACK100 giving his address to Del Dog and them. So he feared for his family safety and probably his own safety, and he started working with the police, even though evidence came up that he was already working previous to that, right? So that's still not my business. You know what I'm saying? But all we really wanted to focus on was WACK. I don't want to get into the Robert Ory's, even though they help you win the game. We got to focus on the main threat to our communities. The man that's passing disinformation as if he's J. Edgar Hoover on all kind of people. Duse, COINTELPRO, hip hop police. Deuce Sims, he smut me. Big U, he smut him. Jim Jones, smut him. Yael, smut you. STATS280, smut you. And then
work with all the rats. Troy Ave, all of them niggas. That shit ain't no coincidence.
And he don't smut them though.
He don't smut them.
He don't smut them though.
Nah, because what it is, he don't have enough information on them.
Now he's saying that Del Dog is the police on the audio with Stutterbox who told on Del Dog.
Come on, man.
That man's in his grave. And
Come on, man.
And you think these dudes got honored? Look at the snake, the way they slither though. Snakes, right? But with the whole disinformation campaign, that's deadly, considering that a lot of the youth, we have a generation gap in our communities, light skin versus black, old versus young, where a lot of the youngsters don't even want to follow behind older dudes because of motherfuckers like him with bad intentions that mislead them into prison, setting them up, working and all that until they get killed, homie. That's a major problem within our community. So y'all might not see a problem with these dudes. Now, I'm not from the street. Fuck that street shit, snitches and street shit. Well, Judas betrayed Jesus. Hey, Yael, what happened? What happened after that happened? Did the disciples just give him a pass?
Nah, actually, man, they tried to kill that dude, man. But the cold part about it is that Judas beat them to the punch. He killed himself. You know what I'm saying? And when you do extensive research, there are books that are elaborating on that relationship. So when people get to saying like, "Oh, that's some street shit," nah. For everybody who be claiming they a religious individual, and you read that story in depth, they had a friendship, and Judas' friendship came with a price. He told on his friend for the bread. 30 pieces of silver, and that man killed his homeboy and gave him up to the people. It wasn't because of the role that Jesus had taken on. It's the fact that this man called this man his friend, and this friend told on him for 30 pieces of silver, and them niggas wasn't gangbanging. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, but you know the implications in that story get deeper because it's a whole theory that Judas had been walking around seeing Jesus do a million miracles, and he was just finna run their pockets and thought Jesus was gonna do a whammy and bust right about that shit. He didn't know Jesus was gonna really let them take him. He thought he was gonna get their money, and when they came, Jesus was gonna make them all drop dead or something.
Nah, bro, you can't see even with that. Even with you playing with your friendship like that, you can't. Come on,
yeah, you gotta believe in your brother.
He'll figure it out. He got magical powers.
I'm not saying there's honor in that.
Oh no! I'm just elaborating with you.
Just to think about, if you been walking around, nigga been making people get up from the dead, doing all this violence.
Right.
And Judas was the treasurer. He already had an issue with the bread. Like they already say, he was like super greedy. So Cuz probably did just think like, oh, they trying to give me this bread, they gonna go over there and get fucked up. Jesus gonna serve them. And Jesus just had a whole nother plan. He got molded.
Hey, let me ask you this.
So guilty. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Why he if he did it to do it, why he feels so guilty after he do it? He knew what he was doing.
Well, I guess maybe it's just a human attribute, but that don't stop a motherfucker from doing wrong.
Think about a nigga that thought he was with that nigga, and that nigga could kick everybody's ass if he wanted to.
But listen, this is the point. On a fade, that's one thing, but you gotta think he understand the dynamic that the Romans was hating this powerful dude. People who speak truths and have power are always targeted by the government, right? So, and that can mean death. Whether you talk about people that was broke when they died or had little money. Marcus Garvey wasn't good at economics. That's how they was able to deport him. Talking about tax evasions with the back to Africa. He just didn't understand economics. But the point is, his intent from the beginning, you covet that which you know is wrong. So he knew he was wrong. And look how many people today, for a coin or whatever, would compromise their integrity, their morals. Work with rats.
But the average nigga, when he compromises himself for that bag and he get it, he don't think twice. I got it, I'm gone. So for Judas to be that calculated to go get that price, and when shit go down, for him to feel so fucked up, that kind of like contradicts humanity. When a nigga go on the lick, he hit that lick, he go get his cheese, and he glad he scored. So for him to go have such emotional reaction, I think he was surprised that Jesus let him. Just think, when they came to get him, Peter cut one of their ears off. He thought they was gonna fight, my nigga. I'm telling you.
But now I think I beg to differ, right? Just think about this, bro. We go on a lick right now. We don't want to knock nobody down. Let's get the cash and go. A security guard try to up his pole when we thought we had him under control and we blow. We know that wasn't our initial intent, but we knew going into it that it's a possibility shit could get ugly. You understand what I'm saying? You don't.
But that parallel is not consistent because Judas knew what they wanted Jesus for. It wasn't no secret.
You said that it is a comparison in that when you going into situations like that for some money and you're trying to rob or steal or something, you try to flock somebody's house, you know somebody might be in that motherfucker with a burner.
But just like the niggas we saying we got agents out here that's fucking niggas over with them people. They doing it for the check and they don't give a fuck. Now, if Judas, just think, you can't take out the idea that you're talking about the miracle man, cuz Jesus is doing miracles. He was doing all type of shit. So if a nigga think, they finna pay me, they gonna run up on Jesus and he gonna serve them. I just don't see how you can eliminate the idea. I'm not saying that's a fact. It just seemed like a good, plausible idea. But I'm switching up the subject matter. We got on that Bible. You fucked me up.
What if Judas had shaky faith in Jesus? He had like halfway faith. He didn't know for sure. So he sold Jesus out based on the fact that he wasn't 100% sure that Jesus had enough faith to defeat the Romans.
But just know this: when they were sitting at the table breaking bread, Jesus told Judas to get up and go handle that. And Judas jumped up and went and put the shit in motion, bro. You got to know the whole story. They were sitting at the table. Jesus told Judas, man, go do what you got to do, homie. Get this shit cracking.
Damn, they was gangbanging back then. But you feel me? Niggas was on some tribal shit. But that's how I look at this whole, this little culture of ours. Because it's interesting how regardless of what, I look at this as like the last resistance. You know what I'm saying? We let's get real deep in the sense of we're in a white man's world, ran by the white ass rules. We have to pretty much consult with them to get some money. You know what I'm saying? Like you just don't wake up and just get money. You got to go work for a white company. So everything around you fuel them. You know what I'm saying? To stay in power. So then us coming from where we from, we'll fuck with the streets, the concrete and shit like that, try to get it a different way. Not saying that it's wrong and not saying it's right, but this is the life that we chose to live. And we saying, hey, listen, I'd rather get it this way because I see more of a success rate at a faster pace than doing it this way. How can you be mad at that? Especially when you come in, we living in a society to where it's though like, like if the less money you got, the less you matter. You get what I'm saying? Like less popularity, all that type of shit. So don't nobody want to feel the proud. So us coming from the trenches, doing what we doing, it seems that lately we've been getting a lot of slander thrown our way. They want to depict us a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Like they don't show all angles of the streets. They only show one angle. Like for instance, when they talk about the projects, you'll be surprised when people will think everybody in the projects is some street nigga. You got working class citizens in the project. What are you talking about? You get what I'm saying? Like it's a generalization. So you know what I mean? Like I just be looking at this whole thing like we're really the ones that's trying to show like, hey, it's this new shit that's going on. That's not what we doing. This shit is not acceptable because it's being allowed or being perceived as such. That's just not gonna. We're not adapting that rule because ultimately, what I see is they're trying to destroy the last resistance. It would be the streets, the people that would say fuck the system, the people that saying nigga, I get it my way. They're trying to get everybody to turn into this cooperative nation. Tell on each other, tell on everybody. Do this, do the job for these people. Like this is essentially becoming a divided nation. Like you can't. We as melanated people, why the fuck would we even be considered to tell on our brothers and lock them up? Bad enough, we got the whole world against us, so we gonna use us against us and
Facts.
perceive that is a good thing. Like
Facts.
the idea of it is beyond me. Like we honestly can look at this world stage and say there's nobody on our side. The fact that me and you could deal with each other in politics, we all from different tribes, different locations, but understanding one destination. We must unite. If not, we all gonna get slaughtered because we ain't standing nothing for nothing together. So with this, what we do, we standing on something, so therefore it's real. So therefore you relate. Because if you can't relate, then it ain't real.
Nah, facts.
I
For real.
think that it. Well, first and foremost, you're right. It would be unreasonable to look down upon those that resist conforming to the norms of institutionalized racism when we're still at the bottom of the economic pyramid. Somebody got a hot mic them up. So I definitely believe that's unreasonable. Change always begins in the atoms of thought that we make. If I was punching you right now, it ain't my hand doing it for myself. It's my brain sending a signal that would punch you, right? It's the exact same thing if we want to change the status quo. So when you have laws in place to keep everything the same way it was since they colonized this country, right? Enslavement and all of that. Us at the bottom of the economic pyramid, which limits our ability and power, right? It keeps us subservient because we're not self-sufficient. We have no independence. No, we don't own our own. Well, it's two black banks right now, and one of them is only BYFC is only worth, I think, $2 billion, bro. Jay-Z got more money than that black bank. But these brothers in our communities that do find success, those anomalies to get higher up in, they're not coming back down to build and invest in the infrastructure where that help is needed so that we don't have to go work for some Caucasians, where we're building our own hospitals, our own businesses to support and keep that money going within our community. We're talking social economics. That's something that's foreign from us. If it's not religion, if it's not tribal warfare, if it's not light skin, dark skin, if it's not black man or melanated man and melanated woman fighting in the home, you understand what I'm saying? We're so divided. So unification is the only answer, and that's the basis and foundation that we got to build the resistance to change this shit.
Exactly. So, and that's the whole point of the resistance. We going against this bullshit ass norm. We see what they doing. Like we see the little tactics that they doing. For instance, if you got Bill Gates getting up on live, the WHO, mind you, the WHO, all of the world leaders are a part of that. Bill Gates goes up there and say we need to depopulate. So now you think of the vaccines as what they brought up because that's what he said. It's not what I said. This is what he said. Then he also starts to talk about the food. You know, half of the food that we're ingesting has chemicals in them that can causes imbalances between man and woman. So it's perpetuating a chemical warfare amongst us now because we actually have it's called estrozine. Look that up. That drug is sprayed. It's called a herbicide. It's sprayed on all of the crops. So this drug and it can cause hormonal imbalances. So this you already see where this is going. So when you see these women saying certain things and these men acting a certain way, this is not because this is done by us. This is actually being manufactured. This is being manufactured. And when I say manufactured, I mean this is being a part of your daily diet, your daily intake of whatever, whether you go outside and you're watching your television, what do you see? You don't see nothing in peace and harmony. You see everything divided. You eat your food. What do you ingest? You ingest something that can perpetuate that reality that what you see on your TV screen. So
Right.
now you get where I'm going with this. Like,
No,
yo, this is
but you know, an aspect that you don't even consider when you
yeah.
consider the life expectancy, especially among black people, right? And we get all of
Hmm.
these, our diet give us all these help. When you do get people with who can accumulate certain knowledge, understand problem, critical thinking, coming up with solutions to change the status quo, they're gone before with our life expectancy. They're gone before they able to even pass it on. You understand what I'm saying? If you don't know your past, you bound to repeat the mistakes in the future. And that's where it's another divide as far as passing on information and building. We're supposed to put our next generation in a better situation than we were. And then they supposed to build upon that work and put their children in a better situation than they found. And that's getting with the shorter lifespan, motherfuckers is gone before they could pass on all that knowledge.
That's a fact, and that's why we need more unity. Like that's why I'm like when we talk about the resistance of if the new norm is everybody's single and nobody wants to be stable with a woman and all that, we gonna be stable with a woman and really trying to procreate and keep this thing created strong foundation. Because nowadays all you see is nothing but bullshit. Like you don't see nothing on TV or anything that show like black love or shit like that that you can relate to, you know what I'm saying, like a positive imagery. So we have to pay attention to how we're being portrayed also, because then that creates the stigma, stereotype, etc., and then also goes into people thinking that that created character is acceptable in reality, because you got motherfuckers out here playing a character that they don't, that ain't even you. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit
Yeah.
get real.
Let's react to some of the things in the chat. I want to do that before we end it. Thank everybody who was interactive on YouTube. We trying to get the YouTube up. Teach. It said WACK did these nuts or D snuts, whichever you prefer. WACK didn't pause. WACK didn't have anything bad to say about Mark. He said, "What did I do to Mark?" Usually WACK will say, they just hating, or me mad, I marked him out, or he mad, I marked him out, but he ain't said shit. Nah, in the audio, we just didn't play it. He said he basically, the narrative he was trying to spin it with was he mad because I said I was gonna break his jaw. You know what I'm saying?
Although, again, once again,
But he said he spoke to him 100 times after that, though.
Right.
Yeah, and seen it. So I seen his kids, his wife, ain't broken man jaw.
Right.
But think about this, Spider. Just because a nigga go all bad, don't mean I won't harm on you. Don't mean I'm not gonna do no business with you. But nigga, I might send some positive to everybody on my Facebook page, and right.
Just think about it. This nigga straight box told on him way back then. Look how bosom buddy he been with Stutterbox ever since.
Still on the phone with him.
Right.
All the way up until to this week. Yeah.
But that's the exact point. So him communicating on some a alhamdulillah, brother, or a message about prayers or whatever I wish your family the best.
He won't even talk to his own nephew because he went back.
Who?
Right. He said he won't even talk to his own nephew. His nephew can't come around, but he communicate with all these other snitches. Get the fuck out of here.
I definitely don't believe that. Let's see what else we got. You can pull up some more of the chat. Hub City, shout out to Hub City. We gonna end the live. We gonna continue. We in Real Damu Love on Clubhouse. Shout out the Resistance, U.O.D. Shout out Death to the Cloud Chasers. Real Damu Love. Hey, anything you gotta say before we go, y'all?
Nah, man. You know, we the resistance. We gonna keep resisting. We do not comply. You know, we do not comply unless it's reasonable demands. We will not fold on our morals and integrity. We value ourselves way more than what they value us.
Won't break, won't bend.
Man, I just want to say, man, to salute to all you brothers on the stage, man, and everybody in the chats, everybody on Clubhouse and Real Damu Love, man. I appreciate everybody stopping in. And at the end of the day, man, it's like what you guys seeing being promoted in these algorithms or in these quote unquote popular circles. Just look around at all the popular circles that you see on YouTube and who's the podcasters and see who they show their accolades to and who they give their platforms to. And when we get to talking about stuff like this, they're not elaborating with this because this isn't in them. 9 times out of 10, they was around some real cats. They really wasn't in the streets. They really wasn't in the politics. They wasn't in no kind of, beefs and situations. Not saying that you should be, but the best experience comes from the best wisdom comes from experience. So when you get that experience and you understand that, you able to articulate it to individuals who ain't been in it and who are growing up in it to get a better perspective. And these circles don't want to shed lights on stuff like this. We talking about a quote unquote gatekeeper that is putting people careers and livelihoods in his hand. And cats don't want to elaborate on it because they don't want to get banned or they don't want to get muted or they don't want to get invited to the party. Like, man, fuck them and they party. You know what I'm saying? Fuck them, they parties and all that. And whoever hear this and they understand what I'm saying, you know who you are. You feel me? You know who you are. So if you stand with the resistance, you stand with some real niggas, you standing with, cats that still stand on their morals and principles and on their 10 and they ain't falling for no motherfucking bag, man. So I just want to say that. Y'all pop in Real Damu Love, man, and show that support.
Salute. Leave.